This is going to be the first time I've ever done anything like this. This is all about documentation. And what I'm going to be documenting is a brand new process for service-based entrepreneurs to grow their business online. If you've been online and wanting to use social to grow your business, grow your brand, your influence, get more customers, anything like that, you undoubtedly have seen the organic methods. Facebook organic, LinkedIn organic, Instagram organic methods. Basically everything you could do organically, which means not buying ads or not paying for shout-outs. Everything you can do on your own in order to build your business and get clients. And what I'm documenting is a way to change that whole world and just flip it on its head. Because if you have been in the organic space, you know that there's a lot of BS that comes with it. You've got to spend a lot of time in the DMs, sending either cold DMs or trying to get someone into a DM conversation in order to hopefully get them on a sales call. Which maybe you like doing sales calls, maybe you don't. The whole point is, I don't. I don't like DMs. I don't like sales calls, and I'm getting away from them because that's not how I want to run my business. So if that sounds interesting to you, getting rid of the DMs, getting rid of the sales calls, and basically turning every conversation of service that you have online into a sales funnel. If that sounds interesting to you, like nirvana, basically, like, oh my God, this is how I want to grow my business, out of service, not out of tactics, then you're going to want to stay tuned to this. Because all the gurus are telling you, all the online marketers are telling you that you have to do it this way. You have to do the cold DMs. You have to do the cold emails. You have to do all of this outreach to hopefully, maybe, get 2 or 3 people per month on a call and close one of them, maybe 2. That's if you're any good on sales calls. And they say you've got to have a script. You've got to know exactly what you have to say. You've got to figure out where they are, where they want to go, and then why they're not there yet. And you really have to dive in to that why they're not there and what they're missing out on in life because they're not there yet. You've got to poke on those pain points. You've got to take that knife and poke it. Yeah, you feel that pain right there because you don't have what you want. You stick that knife in there and you just twist it just a little bit. And then they buy your program because you have the result to get them out of the pain that you just made them sit in for a half hour. Well, screw that. I'm not about that life. I'm not about causing someone pain. I'm about helping people. People already know what kind of pain they're sitting in. They already know that they're not where they want to be with their business, any service-based business. If you're an entrepreneur, you've got goals. You've got goals for 12 months, 24 months, 5 years, 10 years. If you want to stick with it that long, you've got goals. And you know that you're not where you want to be right now. Duh. You don't need me to tell you that and to twist the knife. So, yet another reason I'm getting away from sales calls. This process that I'm dubbing TCS, it stands for Transparent Conversational Service. And basically, like I said earlier, you take every conversation that you have online of service. I'm not talking about seeing someone who's got a problem and telling them, oh, here's what this problem is and here's why it's important to solve it. I'll bet they already know that. It's the how. And this is what people don't want you to do. This is where part of this whole thing that I'm flipping on its head. You get into the conversations. If you're a life coach that specializes in productivity, and somebody is wondering how to be more productive in their day or in their life, they're having this particular issue with it. Dive in to that person's post or to that person's comments. Start a conversation with them an open, transparent conversation of service and help them. Help them solve that problem right then, right there, in the conversation, in the public view. Why not? You can't possibly give away all of your knowledge in that one conversation, in that one post. You can't do it. Your knowledge is way too broad. But you can help one person. You can help one person with one thing. And that's where it all starts. TCS. Transparent Conversational Service. And you take that conversation, and with the method that I'm coming up with, you can turn each one of those conversations, each one that you have across any platform, you can take each one of those conversations and turn it into a sales funnel that points directly back to where you want to go. And again, I'm not here to tell you how to run your business. I don't want to tell anybody how to run their business. It's my purpose, it's my mission to help 10 million entrepreneurs be successful in their business so they can have more joy, more happiness, more freedom, and just love their business. That's my mission. And this is the key. This is how I want to show up in the world. Not how you have to, but how I want to. And if that sounds interesting to you, if that sounds like something you want to be a part of, and maybe get involved in the beta test when I bring it out, maybe jump in so I can coach you and help you along the way, and we can kind of tweak this thing together, then stay tuned. Because I'm going to be documenting this journey, I'm going to be documenting this process. And it's not always going to be pretty. There's going to be ups and downs, there's going to be frustrations, and I'm going to share it all with you. Because it's interesting. It's interesting to see when somebody else is doing something that nobody else has done, nobody else is doing, and that everybody else says, you can't do that, you shouldn't do that, because that's not the way it's done. Well, if everybody stuck to that, we would have no innovation. There'd be no Tesla, there'd be no SpaceX, there would be nobody going to space at all right now because NASA isn't really doing it. They shut down the shuttle program. So, why not? Why not run your business how you want to run your business? Why not do the things that nobody says you can do or should do? Because everything is impossible until somebody does it. And that's what this is all about. So the very first step, I've actually already completed it, is to take care of things on the back end. So I have an account with Square, and that's what I use for my payment processing is Square. And I set up a new item, and it's the TCS beta program. So I set this up. It's going to be $2,400. I've got in my mind right now the way this is going to work is going to be an 8-week program. And so I've got that all set up. And I had to limit it because it's going to be a group coaching type of situation, but a very small group. I'm only ever going to coach 7 people at the same time. That's it. So I had to put an item limit. I had to look up how to do that, but I had to put an item limit on that particular one that I set up in Square. And I'm going to do that going forward for each iteration of this TCS program. I'm not sure how I'm going to designate it, but that doesn't really matter right now. It's small details. But anyways, I've got everything set up on the back end. So now comes the fun part. Now I've got to go out and actually start having these transparent conversations of service. Actually reaching out, finding people, and helping them through their entrepreneurial struggles. Can't find enough clients, messages aren't hitting, not having enough engagement, whatever it is that a particular entrepreneur is struggling with, and if I think I can help, it's time to dive in and help. So I'm going to get started with that, and I'll let you know, I'll keep you up to date on how it's going, but this is going to be fun. This is the way I want to show up. No more DMs, no more sales calls, and oh, by the way, niching up. Everybody says to niche down. niche up, or completely ditch the niche. I know it sounds completely contrary to what everyone else is saying. It's completely contrary to what I was taught when I first got started in this whole process. But these calls to action, these hashtags that I'm going to be using, niche up, ditch the niche, hashtag TCS, it's all going to be a way to track me and my progress and these conversations that I'm having. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a really good time, and I cannot wait to use all of my knowledge in my entrepreneurial journey and my mentors along the way to help people, to help entrepreneurs in the service space that want to grow their business online to do that. With all that being said, I'm going to get busy proving this concept and finalizing the system so this beta test can actually launch and get going. So I will see you in the next one, and I'll let you know how it goes. Peace.